What's up, everybody? This is your boy Teddy, and I'd like to welcome you guys to Teddy's Drip Shop. This is a creative space for all things bling, y'all. All things bling, all things sparkly, all things creative. When it comes down to fashion, one thing about me is that I love being creative, and this is a creative space for just that. Shout out to all of my TikTokers who have pushed me and convinced me get on the YouTube because we want to learn. So shout out to y'all. Much love to you guys. A little bit of background about who I am. My name is Teddy. A lot of people know me as Junior. I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. I now live here in Georgia, Atlanta, the beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. I am a overall creative. I started my journey out in 99. Really as a kid, but 99 is when I really started taking it serious, when I joined my first dance team, and I started to learn from one of the greatest dancers, choreographers, creatives of all time to me, Miss Elaine McLaurin. I love you so very much, sis. I love you so much. She helped me to learn so much more than just creating costumes. She helped me learn, of course, dance was number one, but then costuming, stoning, sequence, glues, how to make a simple look, something very simple, turn into something spectacular. I mean, back in the day, even going to thrift shops, buying jeans, cutting them up and adding elements to them, and shirts and hoodies and jackets, and just learning how to do that. And that turned me into a guy that loved fashion. I love fashion. I'm a big guy. I love to dress. I love to look nice when I go out. And I started learning how to create my own looks, how to build my own style, so to say. And there's a lot of you out there that want to do the same. You don't want to spend $300 or $400 on a blinged out jacket, or a jacket that has your name on it, your element. So I'm going to teach you how to do that, very much so. So just subscribe to the channel, because we're going to get it going for you guys. Very first video, I decided to make my very first video of me blinging out a pair of what they call Huaraches. I believe they're called Huaraches. I might be saying it wrong, you guys. But they're a pair of Nikes that's for a birthday for one of my amazing followers. Her name is Shell. Shout out to you, Shell, from TikTok. She has a pair of white Huaraches, and she sent them to me through USPS. I just got them. I haven't even opened up the box yet, so I'm about to get ready to open them up. And we're gonna bling these out. She wants to do something really sparkly. She wants to do something that's gonna stand out for her birthday, and we're also doing a matching shirt. I'm not exactly sure the colors yet. She told me to just go for it, so I'm gonna freestyle these. I do not know how they're gonna come out, but we're gonna have fun with it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this video on a time lapse, so that way you guys can kind of see the process. I'm gonna do a voiceover so you guys can kind of know what type of tools I'm using, the things that I'm gonna be applying to the shoes, and we're just gonna have some fun on this channel, you guys. So if you have any questions, feel free. Like, share, and subscribe, you guys, because that's how this page is gonna grow, and I'll be able to give you some more jewels, y'all. Some more jewels. Also, I'm about to do a beginner-friendly ebook. So just in case you might be interested in wanting to know more in depth on how to create, I got your back. All right. I love y'all. I thank you guys so very much for your love and your support. If you have any questions, anything, feel free to drop down in the comments and just holler at me. I respond back. I only got a few followers, so it ain't like I'm gonna be swamped with a bunch of messages. So, but feel free, you guys, to show some love. I love y'all, and we'll chat soon. Check out the video. Peace. All right, y'all. So the package came and I missed it. So I had to go to my local post office to retrieve the package, but I got it, and the shoes fit in this little small box, which I was like, what? But I realized that Huaraches are like a soft shoe. So they're not like an Air Force One or a hard shell shoe. They're really soft. So they fit in the box perfectly. They got to me safely. So now it's time for me to prep the shoe. So she had it packed really, really nicely with some bubble wrap, but I made sure that once I finished customizing that I put them back into bubble wrap for sure. So they are all white Huaraches, really nice. So this was my first introduction to this shoe style. I've seen them in like the malls, but I've never had them, never had a chance to touch them, feel them, and I really like them. They look really, really comfortable. And the thing I like about them is that there's so many little elements on the shoe that I could play around with when it come down to stoning and placement, to where I was like, I got really excited, really excited. All right, so the first thing that I want to do is make sure that I stuff the shoe. So I used the same bubble wrap that they were wrapped in to stuff the toe of the shoe. I usually always start at the toe, and I think that that's a good place to start when you are stoning, because you can kind of work your way up and figure it out. For me, I am a freestyle guy. Like, I don't know where I'm going when I bling shoes. Or even outfits. I really don't know where I'm going with it. But I think that's the beauty of it, is that it always comes out really nice, because you're able to creatively just build your piece. So what I'm doing now is that I am going to shave the first layer off of the shoe. Now what this does is that it helps the rhinestone and the glue to adhere to the shoe. And that's a really good thing to always do, is to make sure that you sand the shoe. They call it sanding, shaving, whichever you like. But you basically want to make sure that you get that first layer off. And I do wipe it down with alcohol as well. So the next thing is that I prep my glue, which I use E6000. You can use any fabric glue that you like that works for you. E6000 and Gorilla fabric glue works amazing. And sometimes I mix it together. So that's what we do. And I do use a syringe to place my glue, because I don't like mess. I do not like glue all over my rhinestones. That's something we don't like to do. Now, one of the things that I like to do is take my time and place accordingly. What I mean by that is watch your spacing, watch where you place your stones, because that's one of the things that's going to help that look be perfect. Like, you're going to be able to stone the mess out of these shoes, and they're going to look amazing if you take your time. If you are rushing and you're trying to hurry up and get them done, a lot of times you're going to have glue everywhere. You're going to have stones that are not placed correctly. You're going to have some stones that are not glued correctly. So take your time, place them where you need them to be placed. And when you take your time, if you need to fix something, pull stones off, restart over, you can do it and not have to worry about having glue all over the shoe, or it just being just a mess. So take your time, be careful, kind of know what direction you want to go in, but also be mindful that what you're doing is not for you. Most of the time it's for a client, and you want them to be happy. So you want to make sure that you put effort into placing your stones as you should. A lot of times I use what they call a honeycomb method, where I would place stones in between the top of the stones across, so that way it's a solid wall of stones and there are not many gaps or spaces in between. If you do have gaps and spaces, it's okay to use smaller stones. I love to use SS16s. So you can use pretty much any stones that you'd like to, but also have a variety of stones. Have your SS6, have your SS10s, your SS16s, 20s, whichever one you use. I love to use SS16s for shoes, because I think it's the perfect size for the shoe itself. And then every other stone around it would be either smaller fillers or placement stones. So if that makes sense. Yeah. All right, so right now what I'm doing is that I am outlining the shoe. There are two colors that I am using. I am using AB stones, which I call them my moon glow stones. They're absolutely beautiful, and they are iridescent and they change colors. Beautiful stone. So I'm using those, but I'm also using a pink fuchsia color. That color is what I'm going to outline the shoe in. and we're going to use that as a base to fill in those spaces with the stones. So right now I am doing a outline with SS6 stones. They are really small, but I'm telling you, if you are doing an outline on any shoe, jacket, and you are using those SS6 stones, it's gonna look absolutely beautiful, especially if you do what? Take your time. Place your stones how they should be placed, and they're gonna look absolutely amazing. All right, you guys, so if you notice that I am using my hand to kind of push those stones into place, so feel free while that glue is still wet to maneuver your stones the way that they need to be placed, so that way you have a clean straight line. It is okay to move them around. If you have a wax pencil or any type of pencil that you use to pick your stones up, use that to kind of push them in place, and believe me, you are gonna love the outcome. Okay. All right, so also, you guys, one of the techniques that I use, and you're not gonna see it on here, but I will be back on to explain and actually demonstrate. When I finish placing my stones with the glue, I do go through and heat them as well. So that's a technique that I use to make sure that those stones are melted, that glue is melted and stuck to that shoe. And then sometimes I also use hot thick stones, so it just depends on the type of stones that you use. Most of the time I would use my hot thick stones, I would still glue them, and then I would still heat them. That way the glue from the hot fix as well as the glue that you're using will melt down, especially after they seal after 24 hours. When you melt them down, those stones are not coming off, and if you have to rip them off, the cloth is going to come out with it, like they're stuck for good. So yeah, so that technique really works. So this is me now working on the second shoe and getting that done. If you notice right now, I am doing the fuchsia stones, I'm filling it in, and I'm using multiple size stones, you guys. So I'm not just using one size for that just to fill it in. I am using my SS6, 10s, 16s, 20s, whatever I need to kind of fill in those fuchsia segments. That's what I'm using, and it's just an easier way to kind of work through. Also, y'all, use your gloves. Keep gloves on, keep it ventilated, because I'm gonna let you know that E6000 has a really strong smell and you're not supposed to breathe it in. So make sure that you guys use your mask or have a ventilated area and use your gloves. Alright, so I'm just finishing up the toe on this one here. Still got some work to do, but we are almost there, you guys. So basically we're finished with the outline of both shoes, and now we're working on the toe on this second shoe. And look at those stones, they are beautiful. And believe me, when you step outside or you go to that event or wherever you go, they're gonna be the talk because they look beautiful. Do you see the shine? Y'all, this is not an effect. This is the light hitting those stones. So if you are interested in those stones, which I call them my moon glow ABs, they will be linked down in the description. And feel free, you guys, if you got any questions, comments, or anything, feel free to leave them below the video. And y'all subscribe to the channel because this is my very first video. So you know. So anyway, we're getting ready to go ahead and reveal the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and hey, we'll be back for more. I'll holler at you later.